Hey everyone, welcome back to English Vibes.
Hi there. We're so excited you're here with us today.
I'm John.
And I'm Maya. We're here to help you reach true English fluency.
If you enjoy our videos, please hit subscribe and give us a thumbs up.
Yes, your support helps us so much. So today, we're talking about something that will completely transform your English.
That's right, we're teaching you how to think in English.
This is the secret to real fluency. When you think in English, everything becomes easier.
By the end of this video, you'll have practical strategies to start thinking in English.
And you'll understand why this is so important for language learning.
Let's dive in. Maya, what does it mean to think in English?
Thinking in English means your thoughts happen directly in English without translating from your native language.
So instead of thinking in Spanish and translating to English, you think in English first.
Exactly. Your brain goes straight to English words and phrases.
Why is this so important?
Because translation slows you down. If you're always translating, you can't speak naturally or quickly.
It creates a delay between thinking and speaking.
Yes, when you think in English, words come out immediately and naturally.
So thinking in English is the key to fluent conversation.
Absolutely. It's the difference between struggling and flowing naturally.
Now, can everyone learn to think in English?
Yes, anyone can learn this skill. It just takes practice and the right techniques.
How long does it take?
It varies. Some people start thinking in simple English within weeks. Complex thinking takes longer.
So it's gradual.
Exactly. You start with simple thoughts and build up to complex ideas.
Now let's discuss why people struggle to think in English. What's the biggest obstacle?
Habit. Your brain is used to thinking in your native language.
So you need to create a new habit.
Yes, you're training your brain to take a different path.
What else makes it difficult?
Limited vocabulary. If you don't know English words, you can't think in them.
So building vocabulary is essential.
Absolutely. The more words you know, the easier it becomes.
What about grammar worries?
That's another obstacle. People stop to think, is this grammatically correct?
But that kills fluency.
Exactly. When thinking in English, don't worry about perfect grammar. Focus on meaning.
Now let's talk about practical strategies. What's the first step to thinking in English?
Start with simple narration. Describe what you're doing right now.
Like talking to yourself?
Yes, internal dialogue. Say in your mind, I am sitting. I am drinking water. I am watching a video.
Just simple present tense sentences?
Exactly. Keep it simple at first.
How often should you do this?
As often as possible throughout the day. Make it a constant habit.
Can you give more examples?
I am cooking dinner. I'm chopping onions. The water is boiling.
What about when you're walking?
I am walking to work. The weather is nice. I see a dog.
This trains your brain to think in English automatically.
Yes, you're building mental pathways in English.
What's the next strategy?
Label everything around you in English.
You mean look at objects and think their English names?
Exactly. Look at your phone, think phone. Look at your desk, think desk.
Not the word in your native language.
Right. Skip your native language completely. Go directly to English.
Should you do this with everything?
Yes. Make it a game. Name everything you see throughout the day.
What if you don't know the English word?
Look it up immediately, then use it several times in your mind.
So you're actively building your mental English vocabulary.
Exactly. What's the third strategy, John?
Think about your daily plans in English.
What does that mean?
When you wake up, think about your day in English. I need to shower. Then I'll make breakfast. I have a meeting at 10.
So you're planning in English.
Yes, before bed, review your day in English. Today I went to work. I had lunch with Sarah. I finished my project.
This is excellent practice.
It uses real situations from your life.
What's strategy number 4?
Talk to yourself out loud in English.
Out loud? Isn't that weird?
A little, but it's super effective. When you're alone, speak your thoughts in English.
Why is speaking out loud better than just thinking?
Because you're engaging more senses. You hear yourself, you feel your mouth moving. This strengthens the neural pathways even more.
Where can people do this?
In the shower, in the car, while cooking, anywhere you're alone.
What should they talk about?
Anything. Comment on what you're doing, express opinions, tell stories to yourself.
Like having a conversation with yourself?
Exactly. Ask yourself questions and answer them. What should I wear today? Maybe the blue shirt. No, it's dirty. I'll wear the black one.
That's natural internal dialogue.
Now let's talk about strategy number 5. Stop translating.
This is crucial. You must resist the urge to translate.
How do you stop a habit you've done for years?
Consciously catch yourself. When you notice you're translating, stop and restart directly in English.
What if you can't think of the English word?
Describe it in simple English. Don't go back to your language.
Can you give an example?
Let's say you forget the word spoon. Instead of translating, think, the thing I use to eat soup.
So you're staying in English even when you don't know the exact word.
Exactly. This is how children learn, through description and context.
What's strategy number 6?
Use English for mental calculations and counting.
Math in English?
Yes, when you count stairs, count in English. When calculating prices, use English numbers.
10 plus 15 equals 25?
Exactly. This costs $20. I have 50. I'll have 30 left.
Why is this helpful?
Numbers are something we use constantly. If you think numbers in English, you're using English all day.
What's strategy number 7? Keep an English thought journal.
What's that?
Write down your thoughts in English, not polished writing, just stream of consciousness.
Like a diary?
Yes, but don't worry about grammar or spelling, just write what you're thinking. I'm tired today. Work was busy. I want to watch TV, but I should exercise.
This helps you think in English?
Yes, writing forces you to organize thoughts in English.
How long should you write?
Even 5 minutes daily helps. The key is consistency. What's strategy number 8?
Dream in English.
Wait, can you control your dreams?
Not directly, but you can encourage it. If you think in English all day, eventually you'll dream in English.
Has this happened to you?
Yes, it was exciting the first time I had an entire dream in English.
What does it mean when you dream in English?
It means English has become deeply embedded in your subconscious.
So it's a sign of progress?
Definitely. It shows English is becoming natural to your brain.
Now let's talk about common challenges. What if thinking in English feels slow at first?
That's completely normal. Everyone is slow at first.
Should people get discouraged?
No! Slowness means you're building new neural pathways. It gets faster with practice. What if you keep forgetting and reverting to your native language?
That's normal too. Don't get frustrated. Just notice it and switch back to English.
It's like learning any new habit.
Exactly. You'll forget sometimes, but keep trying.
What if your thoughts feel childish or simple in English?
That's okay. Start simple. You can't think complex thoughts if you can't think simple ones first.
So accept the simple level and build from there?
Yes, everyone starts with I am hungry before they can think I'm contemplating various dining options.
What about when you're stressed or tired?
Your brain reverts to your native language under stress.
Is that bad?
It's natural, but try to stay in English even when it's hard. That's when you grow the most.
Now let's discuss specific situations. How can you think in English at work?
During tasks, narrate what you're doing. I'm writing an email. I need to check these numbers. I'll call the client.
What about in meetings?
Before speaking, form your thought in English first. Don't translate from your language.
What if you're in a rush?
Even a few seconds of English thinking helps. It builds the habit. How about thinking in English while studying?
Take notes in English. Even if the lesson is in another language, write notes in English.
Really? Won't that be confusing?
At first, maybe, but it forces English thinking and helps you learn in English. What about reading in English?
Read without translating. Let the meaning come directly from the English words.
This is hard at first.
Yes, but it's essential for fluency. Understanding without translation is the goal.
How can you think in English during conversations?
Listen in English without translating. Respond in English without translating.
What if you don't understand something?
Ask for clarification in English. What does that mean? Or, can you explain that? Stay in English even when you're confused.
Now let's talk about using media to practice thinking in English.
Good idea. How does watching TV help?
Watch without subtitles in your language. Only English subtitles or no subtitles.
Why?
Because native language subtitles trigger translation. You read instead of listening.
What should you do while watching?
Think along with the characters. Predict what they'll say. Comment in your mind. Oh, he's angry. He's probably going to leave. Yes, he left.
You're engaging actively, not passively.
Exactly. What about listening to podcasts?
Podcasts are perfect. Listen and summarize in English in your mind.
Think about what you're hearing?
Yes, the speaker is talking about climate change. He mentions statistics. That's interesting.
What about music?
Songs help, but focus on lyrics. Think about what they mean.
Sing along to practice pronunciation.
Yes, and think about the story the song tells.
Now let's discuss how vocabulary level affects thinking in English.
This is important. How much vocabulary do you need?
For basic thinking, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 words. For complex thinking, 5,000 to 10,000 words.
So you need to keep building vocabulary.
Always. The more words you know, the more complex your English thoughts can be.
How should you learn vocabulary for thinking in English?
Learn words in context, not isolation. Learn them in sentences and situations.
Why?
Because when you think in sentences, not individual words. What about collocations?
Collocations are super important. These are words that naturally go together.
Like make a decision, not do a decision?
Exactly. Learn these combinations so they come naturally when thinking.
Now, let's give viewers practical exercises they can do today.
Great idea. Exercise 1. Describe your room in English.
Look around and name everything. I see a bed. The bed is big. There's a lamp on the table.
Exercise 2. Plan tomorrow in English.
Tomorrow, I'll wake up at 7. I'll have breakfast. Then I'll go to work.
Exercise 3. Review today in English.
Today, I woke up late. I rushed to work. I had 3 meetings.
Exercise 4. Express your feelings in English.
I feel tired. I'm happy because it's Friday. I'm excited about the weekend.
Perfect exercises. Now let's do our vocabulary review.
Yes, let's review 10 essential words from today.
First word, fluency. Fluency is the ability to speak or write smoothly and easily.
Thinking in English is the key to achieving fluency.
Fluent speakers don't hesitate or struggle.
Next word, translate. To translate means to express words from one language in another language.
Stop trying to translate everything. Think directly in English.
Translation slows down communication.
Next, narrate. To narrate means to describe events or tell a story.
Narrate your daily activities in English to practice thinking.
Narration helps organize thoughts in language.
Next word, internal. Internal means happening inside your mind, not expressed outwardly.
Practice internal dialogue in English throughout the day.
Internal thoughts become external speech.
Next, vocabulary. Vocabulary is all the words you know and use in a language.
Building vocabulary helps you think more complex thoughts in English.
Rich vocabulary enables rich thinking.
Next word, automatic. Automatic means happening naturally without conscious thought.
With practice, thinking in English becomes automatic.
Automatic responses show true fluency.
Next, habit. A habit is a regular behavior that's hard to change.
Thinking in English must become a daily habit.
Good habits require consistent practice.
Next word, pathway. A pathway is a route or course, including neural connections in the brain.
You're creating new neural pathways when you think in English.
Pathways strengthen with repetition.
Next, subconscious. The subconscious is the part of the mind you're not fully aware of.
When English enters your subconscious, you might start dreaming in English.
Subconscious learning is powerful and lasting.
Last word, transform. To transform means to change completely in form or nature.
Thinking in English will transform your language abilities.
Transformation takes time but brings amazing results.
So we learned fluency, translate, narrate, internal, vocabulary, automatic, habit, pathway, subconscious, and transform.
These are 10 essential words for understanding how to think in English.
Now, viewers, it's your turn to practice.
Right now, try describing what you see around you in English,
Write in the comments one thought you had today in English.
even if it's simple like I am tired or the weather is nice.
Share your experience. Are you already thinking in English sometimes?
We love reading your progress.
Remember, everyone starts simple. Don't judge yourself.
The fact that you're trying means you're already improving.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hit that notification bell for more fluency tips.
Start thinking in English today.
Even 1 minute a day makes a difference.
See you in the next video.
Goodbye, everyone. Think in English. Practical exercises to start today. Exercise 1. Simple narration. Describe what you're doing. I am sitting. I am watching a video. Do this constantly throughout the day. Exercise 2. Label objects. Look at things and think their English names. Skip your native language completely. Exercise 3. Plan in English. Morning. I need to shower, make breakfast, go to work. Evening. Review your day in English. Exercise 4. Talk to yourself. Speak your thoughts out loud when alone. Don't worry about grammar. Just speak. Exercise 5. Count in English. Stairs, money, time, everything in English. 10 plus 15 equals 25. Exercise 6. English Thought Journal. Write thoughts for 5 minutes daily. Don't worry about mistakes. Exercise 7. Stop translating. When you catch yourself translating, stop. Restart directly in English. Exercise 8. Describe instead of translate. Forgot a word? Describe it in English. The thing I use to eat soup equals spoon. Quick vocabulary review. Fluency, ability to speak smoothly and easily. Translate, express words in another language. Narrate, describe events or tell a story. Internal, happening inside your mind. Vocabulary, all the words you know. Automatic, happening naturally without thought. Habit, regular behavior. Pathway, root or neural connection. Subconscious, part of mind you're not aware of. Transform, change completely.